Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to the Bizzy podcast. We reach you live from the Bizzy studio. And this is the very first edition, and the Bizzy podcast na program we therefore come to you every week on all of the social media platform, on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, as well as on Instagram. And this program we get for the look at critical Islamic and national issues. We are going for the host different people for that we talk about things them where it be say if me and you two sabi them, it go lead to either Islamic development or national development. In the very first edition of this program, I want to can talk about something very, very important. Something will concern me, something will concern you, something will no matter where they exist on this planet, they escape. It's a natural something we all a concern with. What in this level one for talk about? Today, inshallah, are the host a very big personality, and this personality we can know who that na in. But we want to look at Blissful Eternity. You must know this name. If you know area, maybe this is the very first time, we want to explore what's in a Blissful Eternity, how this inspiration come about, waiting this particular institution they do, and this particular institution, how me and you two go able to be a part for make we self go able to contribute for push this institution go before. In the studio with me today, inshallah, I get my brother. Well, we they call him Junior Fomba, but in Fomba Bakarr Swarray Junior. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Welcome to the program.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thanks for having me. Salam alaikum to my family out there. This is Bakarr Fomba Swarray Esq.
Alhamdulillah. Barrister Fomba, this is the Bizzy podcast, and you've been the very first person you are the host today. Tell me how do you feel?
Well, it gets some balanced feeling of good and some sense of old age thought, they can call it nostalgia.
Okay.
So, it's been a long time coming. I know how far you have taken me, so specifically, I would say, because you and I are a person where always don't get involved and engage with all young people, particularly within the public eye within the Muslim community in Sierra Leone. And I very much remember when me and you started this whole relationship through Nasheed, and I was so young, you built up those, inspiration. It has been a long time coming, but again, for the context of we current age, it means a lot again because it prove consistency from who you have been from the beginning. Person who wants to see other people messages go, person were very, very passionate about seeing waiting the benefit people, and this thing come out and it benefits a lot indeed. And somebody where somebody usually say how you skin yalla and so you heart yalla from my heart, like having this kind of a feeling where I want to see myself grow, but I don't want to grow alone. I also feel like even if I'm growing, but there are other people that wish also for create a space for them to grow. So I want to thank the Bizzy Creative studio, the BCC, and of course the Dagva. You guys have been doing extremely well. I'm so proud for being in the first place, the first person. And I would just want footages of this first interview for camera, all the other videos, so that it means like this now we inaugural video, guys.
Definitely.
Aren't you guys excited?
Definitely. I just think I want to start this thing, but there are a lot of topics, there are a lot of issues, but which particular issue I will start with?
Sure.
And then I think the concept of Blissful Eternity, they can scatter, concerns we all, concerns Muslims, concerns the non-Muslim, and I think we can start with this, inshallah. But first, the one for look at Fomba Bakarr Swarray. Tell us, who is this man?
Yes, thank you very much. As a young boy, I was born in 1994. Immediately on the 2nd of June, my village we're always proud of, Kosotom village. It's Nigeria. And I was born, to a very passionate and hardworking father, when I proud teacher up till this moment, and an Islamic scholar, Sheikh Fomba Swarray, into a mother when a nurse, Madam Aisatu Sento Sise. And these two people, don't they bring out to me the meaning where I don't get us so far from life, because one of the things where I really learn from them as a person who I am is the values for give service to others, the values of doing that even when the odds are so coming, but you have to keep standing on them. So since then, mashallah, I've been learning mashallah Islam and Islam Quran together, and my daddy gets this structural way of setting the two for me. So I go from an Islamic background, and then the secular background.
Okay.
So on an Islamic background, mashallah, study Quran, go briefly to Ansarul Islamic College, and mashallah also get other documents or papers from other institutions where also they did the same thing.
Okay.
And then of course, taking out from there, when you come to me educational background, mashallah, I mean, I graduate of law, and of course coming this 22nd of February, I graduate as a master's holder in business administration and management at finance level. And then I'm also, I mean, the accolade them plenty, you know, sometimes okay, if you remember the after, don't do them.
Okay.
But I would say I get an executive diploma in international law and diplomacy.
Okay.
So it's something I also have that I'm very proud of, and I also do very well along those areas.
Okay.
So, but for this moment again, I'm a nasheed artist, I'm a poet, I do write songs a lot, I do also act, and I do a lot of scripting, and me a body language instructor. So I instruct people on body language and public speaking, giveaways. You know, it's a lot on me. You know, I don't even for explain all. Of course, I'm a father of 2 young daughters, and you know, it's a lot. But I think I don't go talk about the woman side, you know. I get a wife.
No, very supportive one.
Yes, and the wife will be like, oh no, let's just stop wife, not go wives. And then it's, you know, yeah, basically. But I think again, I interact a lot with a lot of people, and alhamdulillah, I don't impact, you know, a lot of young people, old people in between the line, as well as young kids. I've taught at many schools, including Annie Walsh Memorial, including the Albert Academy, the International Czech Kais Academy, and several other schools who also they contribute for help people grow. So I think I've been that kind of a person who is all-rounded, versatile, willing to see other people grow, and also look at pinpoint problems that affect society and see what I can do also to contribute and reach a point of solution. But for now, I'm also a practicing barrister of law, but I'm also the CEO and founder of Blissful Eternity.
All right, thank you very much. He's Fomba Bakarr Swarray, and alhamdulillah, you see the host of, I mean, the kind of caliber of person will be as young as he is, you know, very young guy, just early 30s, and alhamdulillah, see how much progress, you know, he has made in life. You know, somebody so passionate, as he mentioned. I mean, this is not just childhood discussion, you know, today they can do. He's my best of friend, and I'm a paddy, we've grown right from there. And alhamdulillah, I feel so amazed that today, as he don't, they talk with Fomba in a very different personality. Imagine somebody who all grow up, later you see him Kalo. It doesn't even feel good.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah.
So alhamdulillah, definitely. I'm really happy for this brother Fomba. And you end with the last side, say, I'm the founder and the CEO of the Blissful Eternity. When I in the bring we into the discussion today.
Right.
Blissful Eternity, one for talk about waiting on this organization, but first, waiting bring about the inspiration for let you kickstart an organization we call, an institution we call the Blissful Eternity.
Thank you very much for this question. This is a very central question to even me personal life, because the project of Blissful Eternity is a deeply humanitarian just cause. Where start from, I would calculate my inspiration from 3 key moments. So first of all, it was then in 2007, 2008 when my grandfather, my mama and daddy died. And you know, he been pull out clearly at that time in 2007, 2008 that Kisimesmes Cemetery, the burying ground, led no berandi. Because my grandpa na been the team chief na pujong na papa Kakabunde chiefdom. Sometimes I can tell you what me say. That chiefdom in every yeah, but he call like Kakabunde chiefdom. Yeah, so he na been the team chief there. So he always be want for Kergo, you know, let me mommy and the Pekin and Kerango day for burial. And at the same time, I was chief imam now Sierra Muslim Congress, while I also the double as the deputy head boy. So at the time they passed away, when I died, no beg me, you know. So when the pa died, unfortunately, the talk, the arrangement, they're not able to satisfy in wish. So then bury am na Kisimesmes Cemetery. But one of the key reasons, when I know the key inspiration now, is because the past say Kisimesmes burying ground don't flop. And because it don't flop, then they pull dead body and bury other dead bodies. And at the time, then they call them, of course, pull and put. But then they not be fearful, because basically at the time it was basically like saying, okay, the bone go down rotting now. To some extent, I just
not fresh.
Yeah, not too fresh like that way the idea happen currently. So I think that day the inspiration started. I was like, wow, if this place don't flop, you know, get enough land then at this country as a nation, why can't we provide spaces and say, okay, this is a cemetery? Why will create inspiration that will lead to that solution.
Okay.
Then secondly, the time came when, I think about that same time, the Voice of Islam, through their efforts, then we buy place na Dibiawata for the Muslims.
Definitely.
So if I was there as a young boy, now we go brush that place there, for see, but today, how is it? It's a different story.
Definitely.
All right, so the second moment of inspiration was in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
In 2018, I get this realization to myself that I for adopt Sunnah every year on my birthday, where this Sunnah need the left till I die.
Okay.
So since 2018, the Sunnah where I really take very firm. And each time where they pass na bearing ground, no matter outside this bearing ground day, once I know say na bearing ground I they pass, so I for make dua for the people who don't die. And so since that time till this morning, when I was on my way to come for work, I still not pass near any bearing ground one or make dua for the people. So this also continue for keep the inspiration going. It was highly reflective and highly creational, and I said, okay, you know what, can I continue doing this as well? And the final moment of inspiration was in 2023 when we get this outburst of information all across the globe about how we country they treat with dead ones, how unfairly boys them or whoever they perpetrate those actions go to public cemeteries, dig these holes after they don't bury people them, and then just chuck out the bones and scrape them and turn them to kush. So this was a light bulb moment for me. Because now inspiration will be done day, I be done the write some things about them. But this moment make I was like, you know what, I need to stand up. I know I am busy. I know I get all these things where they disturb me, but I cannot stand whereas we're working for the living and we refuse to defend the honor and the dignity for the dead. Where ultimately us the living, that's the journey we're all up towards.
Definitely.
So these three moments, my grandfather, the adoption of this very wonderful sunnah of praying for the dead, and then also coming to the saga of how Kush started this entire country, became the background for which I able for take out the courage and pluck it out and say, you know what, I need to launch out, I need to make a move, even if I have one person, I need to keep going. So that is why the inspiration started for Blissful Eternity.
Wow. I think one thing I really learned from you is having this thought that anytime Allah bless me with another year, I forget something new when a sunnah of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that I had to hold on to.
Exactly. And
it's so beautiful because Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam don't tell you that the time will come when sunnah people will forget about it.
Exactly.
Whosoever uphold just one sunnah will have the barakah as if hundreds people will die in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of the sunnah where people don't know is to be making dua for the dead. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they pass by a graveyard, the mosque send salam and pray for the one they don't die. Tell them say pa sooner or later, forget for coming to now.
Yes, exactly. and the key thing for me, Imam Abdul Rahman, is that whenever I make this dua, I feel a sense of lightness in my day. Like I really go, I feel purified, I feel happy because I see like their future. So their present is my future.
I know, right?
And just knowing that, they make sometimes, even when you go for work, you don't want to do the wrong thing, especially in with Bengon or with cemeteries. Then nowadays, where most of the day within urban areas, and what happens is when you go to these cemeteries, you say then they sell people and they sell all over the place, like shops, and they buildings, and people are habiting there, so it's quite noisy. If someday, like for example, I remember one or two times they passed one, nearly one forgetting a Bengona they passed. What happened? I felt like group of spirit or souls, human beings were calling on me, like the dead bodies telling me, guy, you don't have to forget us today. You've been remembering us. A lot of people pass around us here. They don't even think about us. You're passing every day, you make for us dua. That dua is beneficial to us. Usually, each time I forget, even when I go to a community where sometimes they pass by Bengon, I don't know if it's probably not Bengon this, I get that feeling, like people tell me that, you know what, we're here. And all these prayers you've been making, don't forget us. Remember us and come on board. So alhamdulillah, this is deeply personal and honestly is within me to the core of my heart. I don't ever remember a day pass cannot imagine like I'm going to bed as if I'm not coming back to life. And even when I'm alive, I have never remember that I'm going back to bed in the evening. And it's like very powerful sunnah and very powerful hadith where the Prophet talk about how we all therefore think about death in that format day. If we do so, it will help a lot in how we the couch we life them together, obviously for the future. Yes.
Well, that's with Barrister Esq Fomba Swarray, and today, inshallah, we there to talk about the Blissful Eternity. This is my program, the Bizzy Podcast, and this is our very first edition. One thing, right from the beginning, just the intro, you don't learn something today.
Yes.
No, the pass na bengon, you just pass so normal. If you not be no service na sunnah, try let you know today. The worst some of we houses they even dey near the bengon, we don't even have time. Yes.
Waiting you don't keep for tomorrow. Oh mortal man. Waiting you don't keep for tomorrow. Oh mortal man. Waiting you don't keep for tomorrow.